Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to a sweaty edition of A Guide to Poor Parenting, a podcast where me, Jason,
and me, Jennifer,
have a few drinks
and talk shit about our kids.
and a lot of shit to talk. Please follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Guide to Poor Parenting.
And Facebook, TikTok at Poor Parent Pod.
And if you have any funny stories about your kids,
or if you need some bad parenting advice or have any questions for us,
please call us, please, at 256-274-1329.
And leave a message.
And if you hear any screaming in the background, there's my sweet baby grandson who's about to turn 1.
And if you hear any dogs barking, my babies are visiting.
That's right. Miss Jennifer.
Yes, sir.
I am so excited. We have a new guest on the podcast.
I know, and I just met her today, and I already like her.
I do too.
Like 10 minutes of talking.
It's like we're
my
besties.
New best friend.
So for our listeners, please welcome Miss Beth. Hi, Beth.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming, definitely. Yeah.
We're always looking out for new guests. And you came highly recommended from our mutual friend, Ken, who is being a diva at the moment.
It happens. We all have our moments.
I know he don't listen to this podcast, so let's talk shit about him. No, I'm kidding.
This will be the one time he listens.
Yeah, fuck him.
We'll never hear from him again.
He's acting like a kid right now, so be perfect. So, would you mind introducing what we're drinking, Miss Beth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me grab it so I read it correctly. We are drinking from the Trader of Joe's French Market Sparkling Berry Lemonade. Keep refrigerated, naturally flavored. I don't really get the lemonade in it. I feel like it's more lime.
Yeah, and it says there's like
But-
1% juice.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I don't
Perfect.
understand like what the 99% is.
Water.
does it have red 30? It says it doesn't.
Okay.
There you go.
I don't know. I was
Do not shake. Handle with care.
I was walking around Trader Joe's because that's where because they have a good selection of like snacky stuff, and you said you didn't care, so I was like, let me go get a variety of like savory and sweet, and I was like, well, let me get. I asked if you wanted a cocktail, and are you comfortable talking about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said you were sober, so I was like, well, let me see if I can find something. Maybe Jennifer and I will booze it up, and then you'll have the version.
Yeah.
All right,
We
ladies.
try to like drink the same, but sometimes it doesn't work.
Well, it's kind of hard, especially like the mocktail space is kind of new-ish. And like we went to 111 last night and I had a mocktail and it was horrible. But that's a whole nother conversation. But it's hard because I also don't drink carbonated things necessarily. Like I don't drink sodas. So like light carbonated things are fine. So for me, I like drink Propel 99% of the time or coffee. Because it's just hard when you don't drink.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't drrink soda. Like, what do you have?
What do you have?
Yeah.
And
People
then-
stare at you like,
Yeah.
what would I give a child?
Right. And,
Now you just mentioned a bar. Where did you say?
111.
What's that?
It's a new restaurant downtown. It's in the old Heritage Club, like right down from the bottle.
Huh.
And it's like bougie and cool and hipster, and
It's where the Nook was going to move to.
they were going to move there.
Is it
cannot
a
leave.
brand new space that was just converted to like a restaurant or bar?
Like it's a big open area.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Okay.
I know where I'm going tonight.
Well, hold caller. So it.
Hold your horses there, ma'am.
Hold on.
Okay, yes,
let me
ma'am.
give you my review then. So I will say I had the carpaccio, amazing for an appetizer, raw beef. It's fabulous. It's like chewing a pillow, like it's soft. That's a weird chewing a pillow, but it's soft. It's great. Their entrees, I got steak frites. My husband got the salmon, which is done in like Korean style. Both of them were
Not
wouldn't do it.
impressive.
but we had pistachio cheesecake for dessert, which was really good. I wouldn't call it cheesecake at all.
Okay.
But it was really good. So, like, go for apps and a cocktail. Don't go for an entree.
or a dessert.
Yeah, or dessert.
Okay.
Because it was just, like, the steak, I have no idea what cut the steak was, but it was, like, boiled in brown water or something. And then that was all over the plate.
Ew.
But the fries were delicious. The Parmesan truffle fries were great.
Okay.
But the meat was just
Not good.
And no.
And
My-
the salmon Korean style, it just didn't
He
have
said
the
it.
flavor
It was
that
definitely
it
like
was.
white people made Korean food, which we're big flavor. We like flavor.
You like authentic more
yeah.
so. Well, as
authentic
much
as
as
you're
you
gonna
can get
around
in
here,
America.
you know?
Yeah.
We
yeah.
want to have taste to our food. Like,
Yeah.
we like the dopamine hit off of the food.
Right.
And it just wasn't doing it.
Yeah, it's like old people food where they don't flavor it,
Yeah.
and it's just.
I was about to say
bland
British food. Have you been to England before?
No.
Ooh.
I've eaten at Poppy and Parliament, though. Is that the same?
It's pretty similar because Poppy and Parliament doesn't like. I ate there once and I was like, yeah, this tastes like British food. It didn't have a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great.
I want flavor. I want Indian food, and I want heavy on the Mexican food and like Ethiopian food. Like, give me
I
the
love
we
y'all. There's no
love-
halal food around here, and I could eat halal food every day.
What is halal food?
It's kind of like kosher food but for Islamic people.
Yeah, like shawarma.
Oh, like the meat with the
Uh-huh.
on the thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the
I've-
yogurty sauces that have this great.
I've had that and then the balls, the
The balls.
what is
Falafel.
falafel.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to New York and we went to I wanted to say it's like a alley bar. It was really small and they cut. It's kind of like food truck, but back
Yeah.
in the day.
But in an alley with a window.
But it was like kind of sketch. But we took it back to the hotel room, and I was like, I've never had a falafel. Let me try one. Oh, okay. Oh, this shawarma's good. Okay. And then of course you think of shawarma, and I think of shawarma. I think of Marvel.
Yeah.
So ADHD. I just kind of.
No, that's cool. That's how my brain goes. All
so
these bubbles open. Let's just pick
Definitely.
one.
There we go. There is a new Indian restaurant opening up where the Denny's is.
I saw it on
and
University.
Vonda went to it, to the soft opening, and she said for Zane, it is spicy.
Real spicy.
She
like
said, I was drinking water, but I really needed to get the yogurt juice or whatever that they were offering. Cause
I want my nose to run and my booty hole to burn later.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, again, New York, I ordered a dish, and you know how they're like, mild, spicy, I guess traditional, whatever. And I went with middle, because I was like, just in case, And I just said, leave the pitcher of water. It is delicious, but my mouth is dying. But it wasn't like eating like a habanero, or a Carolina Reaper.
It's the good
It's
kind of
good. It's just go away so I can eat some more.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So we're now a food podcast. And
There we-
stuff,
that
you know?
is fine by me.
I mean, we're good.
Well, just on the street, there's supposed to be a coffee shop, and it looks Arabic because it has Arabic on the sign.
What Zane was saying is down University
Down University, near the Indian restaurant.
with the old
I have to-
Hooters.
see, our office is over here now, so I have a whole new.
Well, no.
bunch
The
of
Indian
places.
restaurant's at Denny's.
Oh.
This is across the street.
Oh,
Yeah. So the Arabic bakery or whatever is. Do you know where the old T-Mobile is on University?
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Yeah, like that was next to Hooters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's in that the T-Mobile building.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go next week.
And then, weirdly enough, even though we talk about Huntsville all the time, our biggest numbers actually come from Georgia and Virginia. So for all our Georgia listeners, we're talking about restaurants all over Huntsville. So please come over and
Yes. come
eat our food.
And Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
and if we have any people from Ethiopia that want to come and open up an Ethiopian restaurant,
please
I will
do.
eat at your restaurant once a week.
Yeah.
There's one in Birmingham, but I hate
Nashville.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Nashville.
We
Oh,
love the ones in Nashville.
There's three.
really?
Yeah, there's three up
really
there.
good
There's at
ones.
least 3 or 4 restaurants in Nashville.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome! I'm gonna have to
The
look
best
them up.
one is 4 tables. You walk in, the lady asks you, do you want meat or vegetables or both? And then she just brings you whatever.
I love that.
And so you don't know what you're eating, but I mean, you
It
know,
is
you figure it
delicious.
out. But
Yeah,
oh my God.
I love it because I'll eat anything.
It's called the Wash.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Okay.
And then there's the other one,
Gojo.
Gojo.
Gojo. And they have a buffet sometimes. And then they also have, where you pick. It has a menu so you can pick what you want. But
Yeah.
man, we try every time we travel just to find an Ethiopian restaurant so that we can eat it because it's not here.
Right. That's our goal when we travel. Is like, what do we not have at home?
Yeah.
Yep.
Same here.
Except for McDonald's. I'll try McDonald's in any country. Like that's
Zay and I we just bought our tickets for Japan in November. So we're very excited about the food there. I want to try
McDonald's.
I think I might because I've tried McDonald's in UK and in Paris, and Paris is interesting.
It was weird.
Yeah,
like,
it's very
hamburgers
uncanny valley.
were, like, huge. Like, everything was ginormous. Like, people talk about American portions. The hamburgers, I just went to Paris in April, and I was like, the hamburger was huge. The chicken sandwich was huge. And I was like, these portions are insane. But also, if you go to Hawaii, you got to go to McDonald's. Because they had Portuguese sausage and rice on the menu and taro pies instead of like an apple pie. And they have Spam for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently in Hawaii, like Domino's has some crazy toppings. And the only reason why I know that is that at work I was trying to see, because we were going to all order, and I was trying to, get everybody's order, and somehow I got on Hawaii's, and I'm like, why is there shrimp on this pizza? Like, wait. What is this? And so, but it was some really interesting flavors mixed together. So I would try
Look that up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. And we're back.
Hope you missed it.
Hope you missed it. So to pull back the curtain, like anytime I say we're taking a break, I literally just pause for 5 seconds in silence so I can find it in the audio track and put a break.
I literally held my breath that whole time. I was like,
Oh no. Okay. The next break, you do not have to hold your breath.
So Miss Beth, thank you so much for coming. We met, it was back in like wintertime, I think. Ken and I were over at
that restaurant that closed. That was good.
It was the Brass Tap or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you just happened to be walking by back when Ken wasn't mad at you for some weird reason that he never tells anyone. And you came and sat with us, and I was like, oh, she needs to be on the podcast because you're a fun talker. And I was like, because
Sorry for my disappointment today.
hush your mouth, young lady. We have
low expectations. Like my life motto.
No.
As soon as I said hi, I knew.
Yeah. I knew this was going to be a good podcast.
Yeah. And then when you said that you like going, in circles like me, my ADHD, I was like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I guess the first question I had was, is this your first podcast?
No, it's not. It's my first non-work related podcast.
What other podcasts have you done? Did you remember the name of them?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm curious.
I did one with Carl Thomas here locally. It's called the Big Huntsville Podcast or something. He's a realtor, but he highlights local nonprofits and small business and stuff.
Well, that's
and
nice.
we wear the same glasses, but he had a different color.
Oh, fun. So for our listeners, Beth is wearing a set of very fabulous red rimmed glasses. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Sally Jesse Raphael.
Yeah. Oh, life goals.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she has a bright ass red purse to go with
Yes.
Yes.
And if you're...
And I drive a bright ass red pickup truck.
I didn't see you drive in, so I didn't know that. Is red your favorite
Red's my
color?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
So...
Well, I got red socks for you. There you go.
Love it.
Well, that's so awesome.
These are from my niece, his granddaughter.
Oh, they're Hawaiian pies.
Yeah, she bought me a pack, and it's like I got A&W, Crush, all the
things
soft
you can
drinks.
mix with vodka.
It was
Exactly.
it was my Christmas present from her. So every time I wear them, I'm like, look, I'm wearing your socks. Because it makes
That's better
her feel
than her
special.
getting you ones with faces all over them. One of my friends did that. It had her son's face all over it, and I feel like I'm squishing him every time I wear the socks.
Oh, yeah. This is going to
They're great,
Five
though.
Below with Grandpa and getting like a $5
Five
present.
Below.
I mean, it's not about the money. It's about her thought of giving
She would
me
like
that present.
these.
Yes, exactly, because I do love socks. And Zane is also a sock person as well.
His sock drawer is huge.
Yeah. Okay, so
Did you want to
you've
start?
done a podcast with the realtor that did the nonprofit. And did you do any others about nonprofits and stuff, podcast-wise?
It's all been nonprofit stuff.
Okay.
What is the nonprofit that you work for?
So I am the executive director, fancy,
Fancy.
at Christmas Charities year round. So we're a local nonprofit. We've been around since 1949.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't been there that long. I'm not that old.
I'm going to say, you're younger than us.
Right.
I was about to say, I thought she opened it, No.
Right. Oh, people do all the time. And I'm like, no, we started in 1949. Like, my parents weren't even born in 49.
Right.
We do have an employee, though. She's been with us for 28 years. So people think that, it's her ordeal, and we let her.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. She's been there a long time. She deserves that.
Yeah.
But we provide basic needs to low-income families in Madison County. We do it basically through clothing, durable medical equipment, hygiene items, and then we're named Christmas Charities. We do also help kids and seniors at Christmas, which is what most people think we only do, but we primarily do clothing.
Yeah, I had told my son's girlfriend who's living with us that I was like, oh, you should register with them because she's I mean, for all intents and purposes, a single mom because my son's moved on to different pastures, it seems like. So I was like, go sign up with them. I don't think she ever did it though. So
yeah, I mean, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
That's true.
You can't make people get help. Lord, we live that every day.
If someone lives like in Coleman, could they?
No. So we are just Madison County, with the exception of our durable medical equipment. That is anyone in the state, and it's regardless of income or health insurance status.
Okay.
Christmas and clothing, it is income based. It's based off Madison County's median income, which is $74,000. It is really, really, really high. We have one family that makes over that, but they have 12 kids.
Oh,
so we let it slide.
I was about to say, Jennifer, you qualify then.
Yeah. Oh, the majority of the people we know do.
Can I get? Is it for adults clothes too, or is it just kids clothes?
Yes, adults can get clothes. Yeah. Come on by.
All right.
We'll get you taken care of.
We could do Kalia too.
Yeah.
Now, if he lives here, can he do his young granddaughters that live in?
I
Coleman?
wouldn't qualify because we're over that median, well over that median income.
Well,
so.
can I like? Add her?
It's got to be kids you have custody of.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have custody of her.
So
I'm not worried about Kalia. I'm happily take her to the thrift stores and let her.
Yeah,
Sounds
she loves going to thrift stores.
Yeah.
me too. I want to go.
does.
Take me.
So
They're
how did
getting
you get
ridiculous, though.
How did you get involved with Christmas charities year round?
So I have a history of working at nonprofits. Done that for a while, and then at the beginning of 2020, I got a job that was remote before everybody went remote because we didn't know what was about to happen in the world.
Right.
And I did that for 3 years. And in that time, I got pregnant, had my son. It was great because I got to keep him, work remote. My job was super, super flexible. But then things changed with the flexibility at work. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'll stay home with him. And I got 2 weeks into staying home with him. And I was like, fuck this shit. I don't know how people stay at home with their kids. It is not for me.
One of the
Love
hardest
him.
jobs in the world.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
And I had already been approached about the job at Christmas Charities because they needed a director because their director gave a significant notice that she was leaving. And I was like, no, I'm not going back in the nonprofit world, not doing it. So when I decided I was not staying home, one of my friend's daughters worked at Christmas Charities, and she said, well, what about that job at Christmas Charities? And I was like, no, I'm not going back to nonprofit. I'm not doing it. I want to have a work-life balance. I have a child now. I'm getting old. Like, no. But somebody asked again, well, let me just talk to you about it. And I was like, okay, fine. Just tell me about it. So they were telling me about, and I have worked for corporate nonprofits, and then I've helped a family raise money locally for a foundation that they have. And so they were telling me about Christmas Charities, and I started to get excited. And I was like, no, Beth, don't get excited.
No.
But I just had all these ideas, and I was like, why haven't you been doing this and that and this and that? And then, next thing I know, like I had an interview, and one of the board members, we belong at Valley Hill Country Club, we're members there. They were also a member there. We went and had dinner and talked and everything and worked out everything. And she's like, well, the board's still got to vote, but I'm pretty sure you're in and it's good. And I was like, fuck, what have I done? But that was 2.5 years ago. And it's been great. I'm not saying I've revolutionized the organization at all, but it has been better and worse than I ever thought it would be. And it has just fulfilled a part of me that I knew was there that I needed to fulfill, but I also thought I would never go back there. Mm-hmm. But the organization is so great for this community. The community needs it so much.
Yeah.
And the people that we see, the people that work there, they all have this story and this experience that's just incredible.
Right.
And there's some really shitty, awful, terrible things about it too. And some people are just awful. We had a lady leave us a voicemail that said, them bitches. So I saved the sound. And so now I got a couple friends at Ken and Deanna that whenever they message me or call me, I get the them bitches. So we just remember that time. But that's just part of it. It just comes with it. Nothing's all sunshine and rainbows.
Right. Well, because it's probably cost-based. Or not cost-based, but...
Income-based.
Income-based, thank you.
Yeah.
And if, apparently... you can work at McDonald's and have 3 kids and make just like $1,000 too much, but not be able to pay for everything. It does not make sense to me.
Right. And that's why we go off more of Madison County's median income, because that's going to fluctuate with housing and job market and all that kind of stuff, instead of going with whatever the state deems low income.
Gotcha.
Because you can be low income and, but make too much money to qualify for anything and can't pay your bills. Like, I'm in all these mom groups on Facebook, which is delightful and terrible at the same time, but the amount of people who are like, I make $5,000 too much, but after I pay my $2,300 a month rent, I can't feed my kids and I can't buy them clothes and school supplies, and that's terrible. It shouldn't be that way.
It should not. And then if they have babies with diapers, they're spending $2,000 on daycare, because daycare is fucking expensive.
Daycare is terrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. I thought so. My husband works on the Arsenal, so our kid went to daycare on the Arsenal for a little while. We paid $800 a month, which I thought was outrageous. I've learned that's nothing.
No, that's
absolutely nothing.
I
know.
Yeah.
I thought it was outrageous, and I've learned that that's like...
That's a very low part of it, because, it's crazy.
we were supposed to have my younger 2 granddaughters up for a week 2 weeks ago, and there's a local daycare. Nice lady, but I can tell it's like geared towards low income families. And it was $200 per child per week. And I was like, oh my God, I can't imagine what like Little Red or Petite Academy or like Primrose or those bullshit fancy ones over in Research Park Boulevard
like
are.
Ardent is like, I don't know, $500-$600 a week or something. And like, there's all these things you can add to and whatever. But I'm like, how do you afford to work and send your child to like, how do single moms do it when they've got 3 or 4 kids?
I don't know. Well, I do know, like, my grandson, like, and I've told my daughter this before too, that because she gets food stamps, she can qualify for reduced daycare.
But have you seen some of these reduced daycares?
Well, that's the one I'm talking about. The one I went to, that was a reduced one. And it was.
We have one we support at work, and I know they're doing the best, and I feel like the kids are well taken care of. They are well loved, but I would never in a million years send my child to that daycare. We would live in my car, which I know that's a CPS thing, but like, I cannot fathom my child going there. I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
But people don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's awful.
And sometimes it's cheaper to not work.
Yes.
And then to work and try to pay for, especially if you have multiple kids in diapers.
Right.
Because it's the diaper part that's so expensive.
Yeah.
And then if they're potty trained, it's a little cheaper, but still expensive.
Our friend of ours, Lindsay, who's been on the podcast before, she was a social worker in Texas, and when they had their second kid, she's like, 90% of my paycheck is going to daycare. So I was like, let's just.
What's the point?
What's the point of me working? So she's been a stay-at-home mom for a good chunk now.
Yeah.
But I could.
I just that's why I adopted an 8-year-old, because I was like 5 or above, because I want them to be in school, and I want them to know how to wipe their booty. Ass.
Right. Oh gosh, I can't wait till we're there.
But he still doesn't know how to wipe his own ass, and he's 14. So.
Oh, my husband's almost 40, and it's not always.
He's one of those. I've heard of these straight men that don't wipe their booties.
I mean, he does, but there's just always a little, like a left.
You need to get him a bidet.
We have one.
And he doesn't pressure wash his booty hole?
I mean, not enough always.
Oh, good Lord.
Right.
Because I've heard, like, I don't know how real it is,
but he's going to be mortified. You
see these TikToks of like women who are like, do you wash, and they're asking their boyfriends if they wash their booty holes in the shower. He's like, the soap gets it. I'm like, no.
I've heard that.
No.
He takes care of it in the shower for sure.
Oh.
Or do you wash the bottom of your feet? A lot of people don't wash the bottom of their feet.
I don't wash the bottom of my feet.
Why?
Okay, so black girl shower TikTok was a big thing a few months ago about how to properly bathe yourself. I was appalled at the people who do not know how to properly bathe themselves. And I don't know, like this, it may just be normal. I had a grandmother who was very, like, we shared toothpaste vials, and my grandmother was appalled by that, and she would buy us all separate toothpaste. And And I'm like, yeah, like she was very like
Super hygienic.
yes,
But the
I wouldn't say
toothpaste
she's
is
germaphobe.
okay. Just don't
Right?
share toothbrushes.
But the people that like don't use a washcloth or some kind of something to scrub their body.
I use a bar of soap, and I stop.
I
I
mean,
get to the knee
But
or
that's
sometimes the
different.
ankle.
It's not like you're putting some soap in your hand and just.
Well, if I was
they
using
just-
shower gel, I have certainly. Well, that's not true. If I'm using shower gel, I tend to use a washcloth, but it's usually a bar of soap, and I just rub it against my skin.
Do you use the same thing on your head, your face, and your body?
No, because I'm bald.
Because my husband did.
So I
we
like
met.
Zane actually has gotten us into shampoo bars. So it's like
Love shampoo bars.
yeah. So we like that a lot, and I use that on my scalp, even though I shave, and then I'll shave, and then I have a face wash, and then I have Dove body soap for my body.
I love Dove body
But
soap.
I never do the bottoms of my feet because I never walk around barefoot.
Do you have tile on the bottom of your shower?
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of.
But I don't like. I don't
still
walk
don't
around barefoot, so I don't feel like they get all that dirty. And Zane ain't sucking on my toes.
I mean,
I'm not worried about it.
I don't know. I guess because my mama, my mama taught me to go head to toe to bottom of foot. I
gotta clean in between your
clean
toes, get the toe
everything.
jam.
Yeah. I mean, I clean it like behind ears. I'm scrubbing with the
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I definitely
and I
do
mean
behind the
head
ears.
to toe. I can't not like it's.
Nah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question though. Zane doesn't do this, but I do. What direction do you go? Do you start from the top and
Top
work
to
your way
bottom.
down?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it. Zane, I think,
Shampoo,
does. You do face and then.
conditioner. While the conditioner's in,
Do you
I'm
do your
doing the
top and
body
bottom?
wash, letting
Okay.
it set. Oops. Then I do my face wash. Then and then I get my conditioner out.
Yeah, that's how I do it too. Just let all the soap go down.
Well, I keep the conditioner in so that it stays in for a little bit. But
What is this conditioner you speak of?
well, I have hair.
You could put it in
So-
your beard and make it soft.
The problem is, when I leave like product in my beard, it tends to make it a tad itchy, and so I'll like start scratching myself, and I've scratched myself bloody in my beard before. So I try not to put too much product in there beyond
Not
like.
product, but just like soap.
Well, I wash. I certainly wash my face, and I will use my scalp, the shampoo bar on my beard. Sometimes if it gets really bushy, I'll use that. Otherwise, I just use my face wash on my beard. But I don't know. I found that if I use a conditioner or something like that, it'll
irritate.
I can never get it all the way out, and it'll start irritating. Even some of my face wash, I sometimes like, oh, I don't think I got it all out, and I
start
feel like I
Conditioner's
start
not really
itching.
meant to completely come out either, so that's probably clogging your pores a little.
Yeah. I mean, it just starts itching, and I'll be like, oh, I'm starting to get like plasma or a little. I was like, oh, I need to stop that because I'm getting a scab.
Yeah.
So,
When you said product, I wasn't thinking conditioner. I was thinking like beard.
Wax.
beard oil.
something,
Nah,
oil
I ain't that
or
bougie.
any of that, fancy.
But I only have to do that when it gets like when I get really lazy and the beard gets really thick. Yeah, because
Yeah, you get bushy sometimes.
yeah, because I get very lazy. But enough about me and my unwashed feet. So let's. I had a question though about what is your background in, like your educational background?
So I went to UAH. Fun fact, I was the mascot at UAH for a little while.
You were what?
But I was Charger Blue.
She was a mascot.
Oh, you were the mascot?
Yes.
Did you do that in high school too?
I did not. My high school mascot was a mop.
Was it what?
Mop.
Mop.
Like a mop, like you mop the floor with?
Yeah, but it was big and like a big giant mop head. We were the Maroons, which is runaway slave, so that's not a real great
Jesus.
mascot.
Well, I mean,
mean-
I went to Butler here in Huntsville, and ours was
The Confederate Generals.
a Confederate Generals.
Oh,
Because Lee High School, I think, is named after Robert E. Lee.
right.
So they were also the white
I
man
love
with
the
the
South.
cane, and yeah, we were the
That was a
Butler
joke.
Rebels. But yeah, so okay.
Well, I grew up in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
It was a fox my freshman year of high school, and then it changed to this mop. I don't know what it was really supposed to be, but we all called it a mop because it just looked like a giant, like car wash chamois thing.
That
but it was
Sesame
maroon,
Street
white, and black.
character.
Yeah. So no, I definitely never did that.
I wouldn't have done that either.
How did you end up at UAH though, from Kentucky?
So my dad had a construction company, worked in the coal mines, and I got really into business, learning about that in high school, and I wanted to be a purchasing agent. And back in the 90s, they put out a book. No, that would have been early 2000s, but they put out a book with all the colleges and all the majors in the United States, and my cousin had loaned it to me. And there were 3 colleges in the United States that had programs or even classes for purchasing agents. UAH, one was out in Washington, and one was in Connecticut. And I wanted to go to Transylvania, which is in the Kentucky, but it's a private college, and my parents were like, that's a lot of money, even though my older brother ended up going to private college, but he's smart and got scholarships and things. But we came.
Sound smart. You're probably going to have done the same thing.
I don't apply my smart.
Gotcha.
Is my problem.
Yeah.
But we came to Huntsville. Huntsville and Lexington, Kentucky are about the same distance away from where I grew up. So saw Huntsville, liked it. UAH was small, liked it. Got a scholarship because in Kentucky you get what's called Keys money, and they give you scholarship to college based on your GPA and your ACT scores. Mm-hmm. But if you go out of state, you lose that money. But I got enough scholarship to make up for the difference. And at the time, out of state at UAH was basically like in-state in Kentucky pricing.
Okay, well, that's good.
Now, I partied too hard and I lost my scholarships, but that's another thing.
Okay. You were that girl.
Yes. So, I also spent a long time in college. But I just had a good time. I grew up in a town of 500 people. So moving to Huntsville was...
Big city.
There were 500 people that lived in my dorm, you know? I don't know if there were that many, but, you know, it was wild. It was... I could do all these things. I wasn't related to everybody within a 20-mile radius, you know? I could go do things. It was amazing.
You're not hitting on your cousin.
Right. Yeah. I was not bound by the Church of Christ that I was raised in. It was a wild time. My dad told me, and I think he knew it was in my spirit. He said, what your mom doesn't know doesn't hurt her. And I was like, cool. So I'll tell you guys in like 5 years what I did, which I have, which has been fun for them. Yeah.
It's like your Rumspringa coming here. Yeah.
Right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I just for our out-of-town listeners, UAH is the local university in Huntsville. It's called the University of Alabama in Huntsville. We're really known for the engineering departments here because of the that's where Werner von Braun, one of the German scientists, came over and actually taught here, I believe.
Yes, big engineering school that a lot of people call it university at home.
Yeah,
not known for people coming for business, but they have a huge. They get a lot of international students.
Yeah,
a lot.
I actually taught at the College of Business.
Did you?
Because I have a master's in statistics, so I taught, and so you would have been in college in
2023 to 2009.
Okay, yeah. I was there in 2000. I worked at the university for about a year in 2011. So
that would have been right after.
Yeah, small world.
So
been crazy.
What is a program? Where were you?
Purchasing agent.
Purchasing. I ended up doing marketing. I actually left the business and thought I would be a teacher for a hot minute. And I was going through my classes for education, and I was at New Hope Elementary, and we had a pregnant 5th grader. And I was like, fuck this, I'm out. They said the dad was also a 5th grader. I don't know. That's real hard. That was rough. I was done. I was out, went back to business, dropped all my classes, went back the next day, dropped all my classes.
Oh, well, that's what took you so long, is because
well, that and alcohol.
Well, but I wasn't going to say that.
Maybe some drugs, but boys.
It was college. It's college.
It was college. I was
I didn't have a college experience.
Yeah, I almost failed my first year in like 4-year school too. Because
if I had gone to Alabama or Kentucky, I would have died. Like, it's just that simple. Like, if I did all this at UAH, I would have died at a big school.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first semester, no, my second semester at Texas State, like, I almost failed because I would literally just sit outside in our courtyard, drink, and play cards with my friends. And we just about failed that semester. So,
that's what
feel
it's
you,
about,
girl.
though.
I feel
When
you, girl.
ask a 17 or 18-year-old to decide what they're going to do for the rest of their life, that's horrible. Like, I just turned 40. I barely know what I want to do with the rest of my life now. To think about all that pressure as a teenager, it's wild.
I call it Peter Pan syndrome. I have it too. I've been in the same job for over 19 years, and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
Right?
I just get paid.
I don't know. I just changed my mind too much. The ADD.
So you graduate in 2006-ish time frame? Or nine, sorry. I had bad memory.
I got married in 2010. That was, I had to finish college before my parents would give a blessing to get married.
So did you find him at UH since it's an engineering school?
Yes, my husband's an engineer. He has his master's in business, though, which was great fun. I taught one of his business classes, like, for the day, which was fantastic because I barely had my bachelor's, and I taught one of his master classes. But so his best friend and my best friend dated, and so we got set up on a blind date to the margarita ball. They did not work out. We did not work out. Then we dated again, and then we didn't work out, and then we dated again, and here we are.
What's the margarita ball?
So the Margarita Society is a group of people in Huntsville that that raise money for philanthropic endeavors.
Okay.
And they throw the Margarita Ball, which it used to be the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Now it's the Saturday before Thanksgiving. And this is where it like comes full circle. So our first date was Margarita Ball. Their professor was the president of the Margarita Society and asked them to come because they were like the top students in the class. And so they needed dates. You wear a tuxedo, formal dress, like all the things.
Fancy.
Oh,
and it used to be a smaller, intimate kind of thing. Now it's like adults gone wild at the VBC. But thousands of people go. And they have free margaritas. They do free food. Or there's cash bar for everything. But the full circle in it is in order to get in, you have to bring a toy that's worth like $50. They get tens of thousands of toys, and Christmas Charities gets some of those toys.
Oh, that's awesome.
And last year we were asked to pick up last, which means we got everything that was left, which we filled. We have I don't know how big it is, 15, 20 foot enclosed trailer, completely full. The pickup truck was full. The bed, the cat, everything was completely full. Like I'm holding things up, driving down the road to go back after we picked up.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome to get the last.
Yeah, they saved Christmas last year for us because donations of toys had been down because the economy was in a real scary place.
Yeah.
Not that it's any better, but you know, we had election results that freaked everybody out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
you still do.
But, you know, that saved the day for Margarita Ball. But anyway, that was our first date. It was we met a few days before, so it wouldn't be like super awkward. Yeah. But that was our first date, and that was 18, 19 years ago, probably.
So that was technically like your third date, because you said that you met him and you didn't really like him. And then...
Well, no. So we went to the Margarita Ball, and we dated for a few months. His dad was dying of cancer, and his family was delusional about it, but his dad was very much dying.
Where is he from?
Florence.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so we broke up. His dad died. His grandmother died.
Oh my gosh.
His grandmother had raised him, died. Aww. And so then we dated again for a few months, and he was like ready to get married. He had a ring, all the things. We were like 20, 21. I was like, I'm not getting married till I'm like 40, right? Yeah. Absolutely not. So he had money from where his grandparents died. He was building a house. We were building the house. I was picking all the things out. We were playing home. It was too much.
Too much for a 20, 21-year-old. He just felt, I lost my person. Now I need another person.
Yeah. Well, and his mom really pushed him and his brother. Him and his brother were engaged when they were in high school.
Oh, damn.
Like the goal was to get married, have a family, you know, not to do the education, build your life. Like it was... Just get married and start having babies and things will be fine. And it wasn't that way for me. I was like, I just found like the world,
right,
you know?
Right.
I got so many things to do, so many people to sleep with, and drugs to try.
Yeah.
Drugs
to try. I mean, bars to try.
Yeah. I keep telling Kalia, I was like, don't get married, don't have kids, to be rich and fun and travel.
Yes. And save enough money to
retire.
Take Auntie Jay to a good nursing home, because I don't want to go to a scary one.
Right.
So it's between my brother and Kalia that they're going to save me.
I'm going to go to Switzerland and have them put me down.
I tell you what, just take me on a nice trip to a beautiful mountain and push me off.
Right.
That's all I need.
That's where I'm at.
I don't want to die like that.
As long as I'm old and happy.
Yeah.
Just give me a shot.
Okay.
Put me to sleep.
You know, they say Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon have a suicide pact, and like he's got Parkinson's and it's real bad, and that they're going to go to Switzerland or Denmark or somebody and do the physician-assisted suicide.
Didn't they divorce?
No, I think they're together.
I thought they had divorced. Whatever.
But, anyway.
All right, so you met your husband.
Yeah, we took like a year and a half off.
Margarita Ball comes around, and you get all dressed up, and he ends up being your date again?
Dated,
somehow?
Broke up. I think like over text message. That was me.
Oh, okay.
His dad died. His grandmother died. We dated again. Broke up again for like a year and a half. And then I think I reached out to him on Facebook, maybe. I can't remember. And we started hanging out again, and it was like, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. And, I was cool to chill. He wanted to get married, so we got engaged and married. I think I was 24 when we got married, which still feels like, I don't know. It's early. What he wanted, and like, I was okay, dude. It's not what I wanted necessarily. And he gets real upset about when I say that. It's like, not that I didn't want to marry you. I just didn't, like, I was fine waiting.
Like, we can do an engagement for 2 years. We don't have to marry, like, right now.
Yeah. Like, my husband's very formal. He's by the book. Like,
he's
things need to be right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's cool. It'll work out. Like, I'm not
Let's
going
go to
anywhere.
Vegas. We're good.
I'm not going anywhere. We don't need a piece of paper and all the things.
Right.
Like, I was never the girl who, like, wanted to have a wedding and the
dress
ball gown
and
like, I slacked so, like, and we were engaged I think 13 months. I slacked so long that I had to have my dress made because there was no chance in hell a dress was getting bought and ordered and all the things. But the lady who made up my dress, her daughter ended up marrying my husband's brother.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
But they grew up together. Like, it was
so
a
they
whole
knew
thing.
They knew each other.
Small world.
So you got to sow your wild oats for a few more years before y'all got back together.
Went a little crazy, maybe a little too far. But, my husband's always been, like, my grounding person. Like, he's always brought me down to earth.
Yeah. That's like how engineers do. They're very logical. They're like, let's go.
Yeah. So he's always, and he just shakes his head. And he's, for the most part, wildly supportive about everything because I get a crazy idea. And he's like, it's fine. We'll figure it out. And I'm like, great, let's go. Let's jump off this bridge. And he's like, I don't think we should. I'll stay here. You go do it. I'll watch you. I'll take pictures. I'm going to stay here.
And I'll call the cops to go save you if you're still alive.
Right. We were driving down the street one day and there was a house on fire. And it was like late in the evening. And I was like, oh my God, Kelsey, call 911. And I went and ran in the house. And I got the people out. And he was like, the fuck are you doing? I'm like, just call 911. I had brand new pea coat on. That was what was most devastating. It ruined my pea coat.
You should have asked the people that you saved to buy you another one.
Oh, no, because when the news came, they were like, our dog saved us. The dog was barking. Your fucking dog you left in the backyard while your house was burning down. I asked you twice if I could get the dog out, and you said, no, the dog's fine. Left the dog in the backyard as the house is burning down.
Oh, I don't know.
But
in the backyard is fine.
Huh?
I mean, especially if it's a big yard. Like if,
it was not.
Oh, okay.
And there were trees, like a little bit of trees between each house, and the trees were on fire.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Get that
That's problematic then.
Get that dog.
Because I'm just picturing my backyard is pretty big. I'm like, I mean, like Peanut or Aria, I was like, oh, just go to the back corner, that'd be fine. But like, if it's a itty bitty thing. And
then trees being, and then they could fall and hurt.
Yeah.
Right. It just was wild. Which, like, I don't
save
care.
the animals.
Like, I need no accolades, but, like, don't give somebody else the accolades. Like your dog.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But, and then this lady, she was older. The son was older. He lived with his mom. He was asleep in the recliner. Mom didn't have her purse. You know how older ladies are. They've got to have their purse. So she went back into the house that was burning. And, she had big purple hair. Oh. She came out and had singed the whole top of her hair out.
That's what
it was just, it was crazy. Once the police got there, I was like, you're not my problem anymore. We left.
Yeah. I'm going to get your dog. Then we're going to go.
Jesus Christ.
I'm saving your dog from you.
Was that here in Huntsville?
It was,
Wow.
And I went and gone and knocked on the neighbors' doors because, like, their trees in between their properties were on fire. And this lady came to the door, full face of cold cream, hair and rollers. And I was like, hey, the trees on your property line are on fire because this house is on fire. And she was like, oh my gosh. So she comes back out 10 minutes later, cold cream gone, hair done, fully dressed.
Bless her.
And I'm like, this is not the 40s. You can go outside.
She knows what her priorities are.
Well,
right.
That's how she went out when she goes to the mailbox.
If 48 or 31 or 19 are there, she wants to be presentable,
I was like, this is wild. Your neighbor's house is on fire.
She doesn't care. Like, it's not got to her house yet.
You don't know me. Like, pre-child, I slept naked and, like, all the time. Like, if somebody's house, I would just walk out there naked and be like, your house is on fire, holding the hose. Like, it's just it's not my first thought to get dressed and, like, presentable.
Yeah. Everybody's different,
I went out. We thought somebody was robbing our neighbor's house once. I told you ADD. Like, I'm just going to go on. I thought somebody was robbing our neighbor's house. So I went and grabbed a gun and I ran outside with the gun. And my husband's like, you can't do that. You can't do that. The police station's at the end of our road. He was like, come back in. Don't take the gun out. You can't be waving the gun in the driveway. And I was like, there's somebody's in their house. Somebody's broken in their house. It was our neighbor.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But their cars weren't there. They had a situation. They had to go to the emergency room. Their cars were there. One car got left. I just saw somebody walking through their house and their cars weren't there. I was going to take the person out.
There you go.
Beth.
Luckily you didn't. I hope.
I'm telling you, like, it is borderline personality disorder. Like, there's no regard for personal safety or what's going on. Like, we're just going to take care of shit and go on.
You're just going to go.
I don't think that's borderline personality disorder.
Your first response is fight. Let's just go.
Let's just get it taken care of.
Yeah. All right. So 24, you get married.
Oh, yeah.
How old is your husband?
He was 24 at the time. So we were
So you're about the same age.
10 months. I'm like 10 months older than him.
Okay. So yeah, you're the boss. And then, did you move into the house that you helped him build like when y'all broke up before?
Yes. And I moved in before we got married, which my parents did not know about until 2 years ago because
Beth's parents, she's living in sin.
Things.
Even though they don't know, they didn't know about all the sleeping around and drugs and
no, not till later. And I still don't know that they know. What part? They just don't want to know. That's not like I go to my parents and go, "Hey, I've slept with this many people and I've done these drugs."
Yeah.
My dad knows more so.
Engineer,
right?
Yeah. So 24, and he's probably you said he was working on the arsenal.
Yes, and at the time, or I don't know if when we got married or right before we got married, I was working at T-Mobile and I was making more money than him.
Oh, wow.
Which is wild.
That's
because
really wild.
Were you working in the retail store? Or?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I worked at the one on Whitesburg for a long time. It was a great job. The hours are kind of crappy, but we got hourly and commission. And I worked at T-Mobile when the first smartphone came out, when the G1 came out. And, I would get a $7,000 commission check.
Damn.
And, or the next month it may be like $1,500.
Right.
But, it was like.
But you could sell because you have that personality.
Because smartphones are coming out. The iPhones are out, but T-Mobile people can't get an iPhone yet. And, people want the internet on their phone. And we had the full keyboards on phones. And Blackberries were still popular back then. God rest their soul. I miss them.
I was about to say, we are so old that we know these things. When you said that your husband broke up with you via text, I was like, I bet he waited after 9.
No, she texted.
I did it.
Oh, okay. I bet you waited after 9, so you wouldn't be wasting your text messages.
It was a 3-day weekend, and I was in Kentucky. Like, it was like Martin Luther King weekend or President's Day weekend or something like that. And I just remember
you always had to text after 9, so you didn't waste your text messages.
We didn't have unlimited back then.
That's right.
You were rich if you had unlimited.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So you're both 24. You're living in your house. You work at T-Mobile. He works
on the Arsenal.
And then when did you decide to have... Did you want to have a family, or was that more him kind of pushing it on you?
We thought we would wait 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I was taking the pill. I'm not good with daily pills. I'm not. And we were married a couple months. Like, we weren't having sex already, but I guess I just cared less now that we were married, and I got pregnant a few months after we got married. And I had missed my first period and taken a test. It was negative. Then my next period came around and I still didn't have it. And so I took a test again and it was positive. And my best friend was getting married that weekend. And so I called the doctors and they could get me in, but it was when we were already supposed to be down in Gunnersville to start prepping wedding stuff. And I was like, I'll come in Monday, right? So I'm still taking tests. Like, I'm just buying tests and taking them because I'm freaked the fuck out.
Right.
Because I'm not ready I'm not ready to be married. And here we are now, we're going to have a kid.
Right.
And that Sunday, my best friend got married that Sunday. And during her wedding reception, I miscarried.
Oh.
And, which, was fine. But at the time, I was like, I'm trying to, be present for her wedding because there was a lot of family drama that came with her wedding, but I'm also running to the bathroom in excruciating pain, bleeding everywhere,
right?
So I didn't even give a speech at their wedding because
I'm sure
it just
understood.
It was crazy
because
and nobody knew I was pregnant except for them. And we didn't know how to tell people. My husband didn't know how to handle it. My brother-in-law, they said some wildly inappropriate things, which was really hurtful to me because I didn't know how to go through this, and I didn't know how to tell my mom even, or
because it's hard.
Yeah, and I didn't know anybody who had one, and so I'll get to that. So anyway, I got on Nexplanon or Implanon or whatever the implant is in your arm because I just was so freaked out. I was like, the pill's not working. I cannot be trusted, and we clearly were not ready.
Right.
So I think back now, I'm like, we could have a 14-year-old right now. Which is terrifying to me to think about.
But your energy level at being 40.
Oh, this
help.
is all in my head. There's no like physical energy level.
Oh,
like this is all just like personality.
Oh, okay.
energy.
Okay.
There's none of it's physical.
That gotcha. Okay. So
But-
then I apologize.
No.
About or I empathize about the miscarriage. I'm sorry that happened.
No,
That's
I
what
mean
was doing.
now it's fine because and now I've had 4 miscarriages
Oh,
going all the
Wow.
way through it. So we didn't really decide like that was just a real big kind of freak out thing. And my husband's was not really sure he ever really wanted kids or like he did, but like he's extremely codependent, so he didn't know how that dynamic would work.
right.
And neither did I, but like I've always just had a desire to be a parent. And so I eventually got off my birth control and I was like, well, now it's your problem. If you don't want to have a kid, you need to be the one to prevent and do the things. But I also
To
have
wrap
a
it up.
latex allergy.
Oh,
So if you've ever used non-latex condoms, they are horrific.
like the lamb
The lamb
skin?
intestine.
Yeah.
They're very thin and not as
and-
stretchy, and we
and-
wound up in the emergency room once.
And they don't.
It got lost.
It's like a.
Huh?
It's
Had to
like
be extracted.
Isn't it like 60%? Or like it's a really low percentage of.
Well, I think it's more like in
possible-
the 80 versus
Is
the
it?
90 something.
Oh, okay.
I
had someone who had. Yeah.
But they're not as comfortable for either party, and so like we would try pull out method or different. Anyway, I winded up over the years. I had 4 miscarriages, and I just quit telling people. Because when I was worried I wouldn't be able to carry, like it wouldn't stick, and then just based on people's initial reactions, like I just didn't want to tell them because I didn't want to go through that. Like I'll figure it out on my own.
Did you
my
have
emotions.
at least one person that you could talk to about
Not
it?
really. I
So
just
you
chose
kept
not
it to yourself.
Yeah. Like I would probably like they probably would have been okay. To me it felt like a burden to tell other people that because I go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Because even now people, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and I'm like, it doesn't matter now. Like to me it doesn't.
At the time, though,
You know.
I mean,
Yeah.
it mattered.
But I'm pretty good at suppressing the things and then drinking
Boxing that
excessively.
stuff, boxing those feelings up,
Boxing
and
them up
burying
and then
them.
drinking excessively,
Okay.
which is what I did back then. But
And that's why we're drinking lemonade.
right. But, it was okay. And then we got into a period of time where, like, I still had the desire. My husband was still super unsure. And I'm not very religious, but, like, I have moments. And I went to a fertility specialist at one point, and it was somebody that I knew because I had sold advertising, and he was one of my clients there. And he had went and started his own place, and I went and saw him to talk to him because I have PCOS. And I'm very overweight and different
is
things.
Polycystic ovary syndrome.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and it causes a lot of different things. Cyst, yes, but like facial, I shave my face still every day because I could grow most of a beard. It causes hormone imbalances.
Oh,
You don't
wow.
ovulate. Like
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of things. But like we knew I could get pregnant because
Right.
I had been pregnant several times.
But it's just trying to keep.
But I just couldn't stay pregnant.
Right.
And so went and did all this testing with him, and he told me that I had like a 10% chance of getting pregnant and like a 5% chance of keeping it. And that I needed to find Jesus to help me through this.
What?
And I was like, I'm sorry, what?
No, I need a doctor to
right.
help me get through this.
And I guess that was his way of saying, like, I'm not, like, this isn't worth exploring. But you don't tell somebody that as a medical professional.
No.
We're not in a town of 500 people.
Yeah,
We're in
yeah.
a town of 1 million metro, and that's what you're telling your patients.
So
that was-
God bless Alabama.
Roll Tide.
There you go.
But it
Now,
was.
okay, now you're not my friend no more.
They're Auburn people.
Oh, honestly, I don't care. My favorite color is red, so I pick Alabama. That's the only reason.
I'm from Texas. I don't
Blue.
give a shit.
Right? I like
Wait.
Kentucky basketball.
Yeah.
Blue.
That's-
my favorite color. Orange is his favorite color.
See, I get it. I don't care. I just feel, I feel like there's this thing when you say things, you go, Roll Tide.
and you just automatically make an enemy though.
Right.
If you're
Sorry, I
around
retracted,
the
War Eagle.
Auburn fans. You know.
I always just say hook 'em horns because I'm from Texas. So
See?
Yeah.
there you go.
All right, so 4 miscarriages, a
But-
fertility doctor that fucking sucked.
Yes. And then it was just kind of like we were still unsure and things, and this was
Now you're getting
During
into your
COVID.
like late 30s.
Yeah. I'm in my late 30s,
Yeah.
mid to late 30s, and I'm like, okay. And like I would pray every night, like, take this desire away from me. Like I don't want this desire. If it's not going to happen, quit putting me through this. Let's just move on with our dink lives, our dual income, no kids lives, and let that be. And I literally, this is the only thing that was different in my life, is I bought a rebounder trampoline, and I was going to start doing that as exercise. Kind of, I think, along the same way the vibration plate's big now, like that movement of jolting and different things was supposed to like help things flow, and I thought it was going to help my hormones, not to get pregnant,
right?
Just to help my overall health. Because at this point, I'd had gastric sleeve surgery. I used to be 350 pounds. I got down to like 180. And
Beth is not a tall woman, so
I am not. I'm 5'4" with shoes on.
Yeah.
So I was a big old girl. I look like, you know, the girl from This Is Us. Like, I saw a picture of me, and that's who I thought I looked like. That had the Kate on This Is Us. Christy Metz.
Yeah,
Chrissy Metz.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy, because that show was out at that time, and I was like, holy crap, I'm way bigger than I thought I was. My husband, 6'4", was also like 400 pounds. So we had the surgery within 2 days of each other. We both had it.
Oh, wow.
And his goal was to get under 200 pounds. But like, he's got the Michael Phelps body shape where he's all torso, super broad. Like, he looked like Megamind when he got real skinny, because he has got big head and everything was real narrow. And like, he couldn't be that skinny. Like, it's just, he looked ill. But we both got, I mean, 180 pounds to me was like fine. Like, I know that's not like super skinny. It was great to me. I thought it was a supermodel.
I mean, go girl.
Right.
That's a whole nother person.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I lost 170
go girl.
pounds.
I mean, I would be very happy about that.
So I bought a rebounder trampoline because I was trying to keep it off. Like, COVID's going on. People are putting on weight. So I bought this rebounder trampoline, and then... So that was in December, maybe end of November. In January, I had gone to Montecito with a friend and did a little hiking and swinging and playing on the playground. So this would be early 21.
Okay.
So mid COVID.
Yes. And I have an app that tracks my period and whatever. And it said, you're 12 days late on your period. And I was like, shit. Because I have PCOS, my periods are irregular.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. I'm like, how do you track them? Since
you just don't. I just put them in there. You know, like we look at our 10,000 steps every day. So I was like, shit, I'm late. I'm never late. Like, I may be a few days late. I'm never like this late. Like, so I went in the back of the closet and found an expired pregnancy test, and it was positive. And I'm like, well, it's expired. Let me go to the store, get another one. My husband's out at a meeting. I take 2 more. They're both positive. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, there's just no way. And so Kelsey gets home from his meeting, and I said, hey, I'm pregnant. And he goes, so what are we going to do? What does this mean? How much does this cost? And I'm like, I have no idea. And I've been calling my OB. They weren't answering. I don't know if they were closed or what. Finally got a hold of them. Went in, had a blood test. My numbers were extremely high. They had never been like that.
Were you thinking of just keeping it to yourself since you'd lost so many?
There's some kind of hormone. Your H.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know what they are.
I was just making sure it wasn't like your blood pressure. Or,
no. Whatever your pregnancy indicator thing is. Like, medical things go over my head.
Yeah.
And like, I just felt different. Things felt different, you know, like, so as things progressed over and over, and I bought the blood test that you can mail in to like tell what the gender is and stuff. Of course, it got caught in. That's when Texas and Arkansas had that weird freak ice and snowstorm and things that got shut down. And I worked in Texas at the time. I would have to drive outside of Waco, Texas, and I had to drive through that.
Right.
Where were you living at the time?
In Huntsville.
Because that is a 15-hour drive. Because I'm from Austin.
I mean, 11 if you drive like I do.
Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't go up through Arkansas and go over, opposed to going like through Mississippi and Louisiana.
Yeah, I know. I drive to, like, my family just moved from Houston, and it takes me 12 hours to get there. I don't drive a bad hell. Apparently you do.
I do.
You sometimes don't.
And I mean, I stop to like, when I fuel up, I pee and eat and go until I run out of fuel again. Damn. I don't know.
That's impressive to make to Waco, though, because I'm proud if I make it to Houston in 11 hours.
Yeah. I can get to Waco in 11.
Were you working in Waco?
I worked remote. But the company I worked for was out of West Texas, the town of West, which is oddly in East Texas. They're a spray foam chemical distributor, but I handled like their website, their books, their billing, all that kind of stuff. But I would go once every couple months and like do paperwork and just make sure we hadn't missed everybody, file things.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of catch up with everybody.
Right. Gosh, that still can.
Yeah, so I did that every couple months. Now, when I got pregnant, further along in my pregnancy, I would make a day trip because you could fly to Dallas, like at 5:30 in the morning, drive down to Waco, fly back that night, all in a day.
Yep.
Like I would leave at like 5:30 a.m., get back around midnight. It was doable.
It still sucks.
That sounds tiring.
Yeah.
I mean, as a 47-year-old, yeah.
You lose the next day to recover. And I did it after he was born for a while too, just so I wouldn't be away for very long. But
did you take him with you during those times?
we did and we drove until he was about 6 months old.
Oh, gosh.
But once you hit that 6 to 9 month old with a baby, like you can't drive in a car anymore. Like they just can't be still and sleep that long.
They start unbuckling themselves and trying to crawl.
When they're awake more, you just can't travel with them that. So that's when I started taking the day trips again. But I mean, it was fine, except the one I took in February after the ice and snowstorm had happened, and I couldn't find like working gas stations and bathrooms where the pipes hadn't exploded. And I should have gone south instead of going north through Arkansas, but it was super cool to see everything that way. What was my point in that?
I think you were.
Oh, I found out I was pregnant.
You were pregnant,
and I had done that blood test, and it had got caught in that ice storm to find out what the gender was, like mailing it back and stuff.
Right, and you went searching for it since you drove all the way to fucking Waco.
Yeah, and so
right, you know, so I need it.
We had got our first. My dad coal is coming back in Alabama. The coal industry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. The coal industry.
Because he did that in Kentucky.
Yeah, in Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois. And so my dad was going to Alabama a little bit. They lived in Kentucky at the time to do some things. And he had rolled through right after we found out we were pregnant. And I told my dad, we met him for dinner in Athens. And I said, hey, I need to tell you something, but you cannot tell mom or anybody else. And so I told him, and he goes, I thought you were going to tell me you were getting divorced or something like that. Like, that I could keep, but now you want me to not tell your mom that
you're pregnant. That's so mean of you.
My brothers don't have kids either.
Oh, and so mean.
Well, just like not yet. You know, we wanted to get the ultrasound, but
still to tell your daddy and tell him, don't tell
mom.
But you're so excited you're going to be a grandpa.
We thought it was cool though, because my parents don't really talk to each other.
Oh,
they've been married 50 years, but they don't always talk. So I'm like,
you go.
He can do it.
Why didn't you want your mom to know?
We wanted to have the ultrasound to show mom.
Okay.
You know, I knew it was going to be life changing for my mom. Like it's been life changing for my dad too. I mean, they moved down here.
Aww.
And so it has changed everything for them, but we just knew, like, my mom also has real early dementia, and so things of stress or too much excitement she'll go into dementia land.
Gotcha.
And so we've got to kind of be careful with that. So when we went up to Kentucky after we had the ultrasound, and I handed the ultrasound to mom, and she goes, what is this? And I was like, I'm pregnant. And she goes, what? Did you take a pill like Clomid or something? She goes, how'd you get pregnant? You know, that was her first questions. And I was like, no, it just happened.
Mama, how did you get pregnant?
Well, she took Clomid.
Well, I was about to say after
Clomid, it's a fertility pill.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because my mom also has PCOS.
So I got confused.
She took COVID to get pregnant.
That's what I heard. She took COVID to get pregnant. I'm like,
Clomid.
Well, no, that's why I had to ask because I'm like,
then mom, she goes into a closet and pulls out this biggest bag you've ever seen. It was like Santa Claus of all this baby stuff that she's been buying for the years. And my cousin Ashley, who's a few years older, she was pregnant with her first kid too. And so mom was like, I was just going to give all this stuff to Ashley. And she goes, so we're going through it. And it's mostly boy stuff. We were having a boy. And there was a lot of gender neutral stuff, but we went through it. She was so excited. And then my parents started looking for houses in Huntsville. My dad has lived his entire life in Western Kentucky, and my mom has lived the majority of her life since she was like probably 8 in Western Kentucky. And they're like, we're moving. Because we always thought they would eventually move here, but both of their mothers are still alive. So like my dad's mom's like 92.
Oh, wow.
She's still alive. She's still doing great. She's beat cancer twice.
Wow.
She still lives with her husband in their house. They still drive. Like,
wow.
They are, it's amazing. Like, I hope I'm that way at 92. Otherwise, I'm with you. Push me off the mountain.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, my mom's 83 and like stopped driving just recently, is like is becoming more and more of a fall risk, constantly in pain. I'm just like, oh, just take me out in the field and shoot me.
right, I don't want to be that way.
Yeah.
My grandmother, she still knits or crochets, or I don't know the difference. I'm sorry to the crocheters and knitters, but you know, she does pretty good. And her husband, he's not too much younger than her. He works. So where we grew up, they don't pick up your trash. You have to bring it to a convenience center, also known as the dump. But it's not like the dumps here.
It's a compactor, probably, honestly.
So Jewel, it's giant compactors. And so Jewel works at the dump several days a week. But so we didn't think they would move, you know, but they started looking at houses. But the crappy thing was the housing market here was incredible then. We would be standing in a house that had gone on the market that day and it would sell while we were standing in the house, you know, and they're having to drive down to come see a house. And so by the time they would get down here, the house would be sold, or, you know, it just wasn't working out. And so my dad called me and he said, hey, I put an offer in a house. Can you go look at it? What do you mean? You haven't even looked at it. He goes, I know. I just went ahead and put an offer in, go look at it. It's less than a mile from our house. So I went and looked at it and I was like, well, I think it's okay. You can make it what's going to work for you guys. But they also lived in a 5,000 square foot mini mansion in Kentucky on 12 acres, which is not what I grew up in. And they're coming to Huntsville to a 2,000 square foot house on 1 acre.
But it's just them, isn't it?
Yeah, but, you know, my dad's used to running outside in his underwear and nobody sees him. Yeah, he's a country boy. He grew up in a pig farm. Like, it's
That's where she gets the naked stuff from.
Right, it happens. I grew up on 80 acres in the woods. Like, we didn't have neighbors. It's not normal to have neighbors, you know? I mean, it is now, but
I would have enjoyed the downscaling, because the upkeep on a 5,000 square foot home sounds awful.
Oh, well, my mom loves to clean.
Yeah,
What keeps cleaning is like her thing. And it was a lot. It was absolutely a lot. And they had like 5 cars and an RV, and, you know, it's just, that's
the logistics of trying to get all that down here too is just.
Yeah. Well, and then, so they bought the house here. They had not sold their house in Kentucky yet. And they were doing some remodeling. They were adding on a dining room because the house didn't have a dining room, adding another bathroom. And then a like F4 or 5 tornado hit Kentucky, the county they live in, but not their house.
Oh, thank God.
But somebody that had lost a large house put an offer in to buy my parents' house.
Nice.
So, which was awful, but great for my parents. So my parents are in Kentucky signing the paperwork to sell their house. It was Martin Luther King weekend, and the electrical inspector was coming to their house that Tuesday. This was that Monday, and I was going to the house to leave a key, and I open up the garage door, and I hear beeping. And I open up to the door to the house, and the house is on fire.
No.
And smoke is just billowing out of the house. Our son's like 5-6 months old at the time. It's 8:00 at night.
Oh, my God.
We were on the phone in the car with my dad, and I said, Dad, your house is on fire. And I hung up, and I called 911. And the house was on fire at least another hour and a half before they found the fire, because the fire was in the crawl space.
Oh, my God.
And they found the fire because 2 of the firemen fell through the floor into the fire. They were fine. They were okay.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, my God.
But I saw them go in with a chainsaw, and I said, yeah, you just cut down any tree you want. Like a dumbass. They were cutting floor out. They cut this. You could put a pickup truck in the hole they cut out in the floor. It was so big. But there was one original wire left in that house, and the insulation had fallen off, and it was touching a big major support beam in the crawl space. And their crawl space is 4 or 5 feet tall. So it had all kinds of oxygen and flow.
Yep.
And it was just burning, burning, burning. And they had turned off the alarm system because they were having the floors redone, and having the floors redone kept setting off the smoke detectors, and the fire department had already showed up 2 or 3 times that week. So it was not hooked up for the alarm system to call. And the house did not sustain any flame damage inside. It was all smoke damage.
That's almost worse than the flame damage.
100%, 1,000%. In hindsight, I should have shut the door and walked away. We should have drove off and just let it burn into the sunset.
I was about to say.
Because it would have been several hours before the flames would have reached the inside and anybody else would have known it was on fire.
Right.
We should have walked away. Because when you have smoke damage like that, and they had Allstate, do not recommend, the adjuster never went to their house. Not one time. But you had to attempt to clean the cabinets. And then, they can't be cleaned, so then they take them out and replace them. They had to attempt to clean the bathtub. Well, that's not going to work. Everything had to be attempted to clean. They had a restoration company come in. They had to attempt to restore everything before insurance would then try to, like, you could see it was so bad. I have videos and so many pictures. It'd been on fire for hours. Like, the smoke damage was just insane. Luckily, we had a friend that had a rental house not too far away, got them in, got everything. But living in that rental house, they just thought was horrible. And they had all their stuff in storage, and it was 8-9 months probably till they got back in their house. And I think back, like, my parents moved here to help us. They came here to give us the support we needed so that we could work and raise our kid and do all the things and live our life. And then they endure the house fire on top of downsizing and moving and all the things. And they've done that all for us.
That's some love right there.
It is.
Yeah, that is
It
love.
is.
Beth, I'm starting to notice a trend.
What?
Fires.
I'm kind of scared. I don't think we'll invite her to any.
It's not just
anything.
fires. It's like the fire department, because I have a whole gas leak thing. Like, there's like a series of gas leaks. I can go into a whole nother story about gas leaks.
Let me get the cats out and the important papers out of the house, and you come by and
my house.
I know.
You could get my house.
I'm telling you, we've had 3 gas leaks at our house.
Let me
Jesus
get
Christ.
my cat, and you can just
Right? Oh. 3 gas leaks at our house. We had, we were at Parkway Place Mall when it had a gas leak. We've been at Target when they've had a gas leak.
Oh my god!
Like, the fire department, we're just friends.
Yeah.
I was about to say that fire's trying to get you.
Yeah. Our fire department, we're almost on a first name basis. And then my parents, they put in a semicircle driveway on the side. They've had 2 cars go off into the ditch thinking they're going to turn around, and they've missed the road and go in the ditch.
My goodness.
So the fire department has come out for that.
Bless
Like
them.
to tow
One
them
was
out.
entrapment
To try to
to get
tow
the people out. Like,
oh my god!
one of them was the mail lady. She went off. She got out okay.
no.
Another one, the lady got stuck and you couldn't get her door open, so it's technically entrapment. At that point, I used to work for 911. I used to be a 911 call taker.
Girl,
so
you've been everything. Like, I just feel
oh
like
my gosh,
you've experienced
You have lived
so
a life.
much.
oh, this
from
is just.
it just at UAH.
I haven't even told you about the time the guy tried to kill me and my friends.
No, we'll have to.
We'll have to back. We'll have you back for next season.
Too,
Yeah,
or the next
oh my
season.
gosh.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so you get pregnant. Everybody moves. You have your baby. Yay!
We did. It
You
was
have a boy.
Well, I was going to say, how
boy.
was the pregnancy and the birth? Because I
So-
know PCOS is hard on.
Yeah, so
birth.
I had one morning where had morning sickness. Other than that, I never had morning sickness. I just generally didn't feel good being pregnant. I mean, I was 35. I was 36 by the time he was born. I just didn't feel good.
Geriatric pregnancy.
Geriatric
Worst
pregnancy. Advanced
name
maternal
ever.
age.
Blech.
Hated that. Had to see a specialist. I got released from the advanced maternal age specialist at 20 weeks because she said I had a great OB who now has retired from OB. My son was one of the last babies she delivered, but got released because no problems, no nothing, blah, blah, whatever. I got COVID at 36 weeks pregnant. My husband had gone to a conference. Thank you, Army. And brought COVID back. But mild, super, super mild. Didn't even have a fever, like just barely even sick. But then I started itching. And like the palms of my hands itched, the bottom of my feet, the inside of my mouth itched. And I just thought it was COVID. I don't know. COVID had so many symptoms.
Yeah.
Anything was
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah,
at the time,
I mean,
you
there
know?
was no like
Everything was
rhyme or
COVID.
reason.
Like my belly itched, but every pregnant lady's belly itches. Like, it was just whatever. And then I was telling a friend about it because they also had COVID. We were sharing our COVID, but they had really, really bad COVID. I was telling her about the itching, and she goes, "You need to call your OB." She goes, "My sister had that, and they had to take the baby early." What? So this was a Friday. And so at like noon. And so I call my OB and she goes, "You need to go to the emergency room right now."
What?
What do you mean I need to go to the emergency room? So I have COVID. I'm like 4 days into a COVID diagnosis. We don't have a hospital bed packed. His nursery's not ready, which in hindsight, you don't have to have the nursery ready.
No.
I don't know why people make such a big deal about having,
just
you
need
don't
a
need that for like
bassinet.
6 months.
You need a bassinet and some diapers. And
We go
some
to the
onesies.
emergency room. They didn't care anything about PPE. They're taking blood. They've got me hooked up on monitors, all the things. The doctor comes in, and I mean, like, they had masks on, but the PPE we went through there in delivery
What
because
is
we were
PPE.
Personal protective equipment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Where they, I
masks
mean, like
and
they
gowns.
cover their hair, their
where you had to
clothes.
shave your beard
Yeah.
because you had to wear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jennifer's
Yeah.
talking to Zane at the moment.
Yeah, I'm
for,
sorry.
for our audio
Yeah.
listeners.
Sorry, guys. I only know about certain things because of what Zane had to go through because he was working at the hospital.
Bless your
part
heart.
of the.
Yeah, I'm amazed because I was in the hospital with COVID for 4 days, and like it was like a biomedical hazmat.
Well, and that's how it was the other times we went. But that particular day, that first one, they just wanted to get like things checked out. Like
Yeah.
that was their first to draw the blood, get me on the monitors. And she came in and she goes, I think you have cholestasis. And which is basically where your liver is just dumping bile into your body.
Okay,
It's a
thank
pregnancy
you for explaining.
Yeah, it's
because
a
I was
pregnancy
gonna ask.
complication. It goes away after the baby's born, but if you have other pregnancies, you will likely have it again.
Oh, that's just
And
nasty.
she goes, but we've got to send your blood to the Mayo Clinic. We don't have the way to
Mayo
test
Clinic?
it here. Yeah, I was like, and I don't know if that was like a COVID thing or if that's normal. I don't know. So I'm like, okay. She goes, but we're going to go ahead and give you the medicine because you can take it. Even if you don't have it, it won't do any harm. But we're going to need to induce you at 37 weeks. When are you 37 weeks? And I was like, Monday. But I will also be 7 days into a COVID diagnosis on Monday. And you had to be like 14 or something
Right.
to be not quarantined.
Right.
And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to call your OB. We'll figure it out. So the next Saturday, my OB calls and she goes, okay, we're going to induce you on Thursday, which made me 11 days. The hospital was going to make an exception at 11 days. And so we're going to induce you on Thursday.
And you
Okay.
just have bile.
Yeah.
going
So
into
like
your
I
stomach.
go to the potty and it's like orange. It's like Auburn orange coming out every time I pee
Ooh.
because it's just flushing bile out just
Wow.
constantly. And I'm just itching, all kinds of crazy. And I'm just uncomfortable, you know.
I bet you're glad your friend said something about that.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes. So Sunday, I start having contractions, like more than Braxton Hicks, and they won't stop. They won't go away. We go about 12 hours into this, but my water hadn't broke. But I've also been told your water breaking is not like it is in the movies. Like sometimes you're just kind of wet and you just don't know. Like sometimes it's a trickle and it's
Yeah.
not that like,
Or they
dramatic.
have to like, you know,
or yeah.
yeah.
Pull the plug.
So we
Pop
go to
it,
the emergency
or whatever.
room and I'm like, listen, I have these contractions. They're 3 minutes apart. I don't know what to do. I've never been in labor, so I don't know if this is real or not. And they said, well, you're in active labor, but you're not dilated. Your water hasn't broke, so you can stay or you can go home. And I was like, well, I'm going to go home because I have COVID. You know, I'm not going to stay, and we'll just see what happens. So nothing else really happened. Thursday comes around. We get admitted. They induce me. 24 hours later, I am not more than a centimeter dilated, so they can't manually break my water. So my first induction failed.
Oh.
And I've not had an epidural because I was going to have a natural pregnancy. I had done prenatal yoga, all the things, learned breathing techniques, going to do this. And they started a second round of induction.
Did they give you Pitocin?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's like,
And they stick it into your vagina.
well, and I've heard
Which I was not prepared
Pitocin
for.
makes the
so much worse.
yeah,
I mean,
it makes
I don't
it
know
painful.
that, but I was
My mom
howling like a dog.
My mom had Pitocin with my younger brother.
Well, I'll say, I don't know that they put the Pitocin in my vagina. They put something. They kept putting something in my vagina to like help.
Well, I don't know about that
progress.
part. I wasn't. I'm not. I mean,
But-
I did see her area when my brother was born,
Yeah.
but I wasn't looking down there. I was
Yeah.
getting ice chips and helping, and you know.
in
that sort of
hindsight,
thing, so.
if I had, if in hindsight with everything, if you had known, but I think I was 2 hours away from that induction being failed. I was still not dilated enough to manually break my water. I called the nurse in, and every time the nurse came in, they had to full hazmat, right?
Oh,
So they didn't
gosh.
want to come in.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, you need to call my OB. Just give me a C-section. And she goes, well, hun, we don't have C-sections just because you're in pain. Do you want the epidural? I want the baby out. You told me 2 days ago it wasn't safe for him to be in me anymore. I want the baby out. I don't care. I don't give a shit. You can cut me open without any pain medicine or nerve block. I don't care. Just get him out. Like, I'm done at this
There's
point.
poop in there. Get him out.
Like, I'm done.
give me a rusty spoon, I'll cut him out myself.
Yes, absolutely. At that point, I was just so done. So anyway, the OB called and said, I'll be there in 30 minutes. She was cool about it. So had the C-section, had him. Everything was great. He was full term. He was 6 pounds something. I should know how much he weighed, but I don't. He was fine. Everything was great at that point. He was a great eater, great sleeper, as great as a newborn baby is. And then the day he turned 5 weeks. So the day before he turned 5 weeks was the first time we left him. We left him with my parents to go to a concert for like 3 hours.
I was about to say, you left him.
You were recovered enough to go to a concert after 5 weeks?
Honey, I felt like I could have had sex 2 days after my C-section.
Really?
I felt so good. Like, I understand the dangers, and I did not. I waited until I was cleared. But I felt fine after my C-section.
Wow.
It was, and everybody talked about what a great surgeon my OB was, and I mean, I felt great. Like, I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't people tell me C-sections were so easy? And I understand it's not that way for
I
everybody.
was about to say, the people I've known
Yeah.
with C-sections is not that easy.
I had a great recovery. I felt great.
Did you have good medicine?
I didn't take medicine because I have anything codeine makes me super hyped up. Like, I have a reaction to it, and so I typically don't take anything.
Gotcha.
So even after like the second day after my C-section, I didn't take any
Pain
Tylenol
medicine.
or Aleve or
Wow.
anything.
Wow. That is
So
good
you're
recovery.
lucky.
So yeah, I mean, that was great.
Yeah.
So we left our son that night to go to a concert and came back, and about midnight he threw up, and he had never spit up or anything. And every few hours, like an hour after we would feed him, he would spit up. He would spit up. He would spit up. And then he started projectile vomiting.
Oh.
And I mean, I'm talking about like from that door to that wall, projectile vomiting, like 20, 30 feet projectile vomiting.
Damn.
I've done that before.
And we were like, this is weird. And it kept getting, like, there was brown stuff in it.
Oh.
And I was breastfeeding / pumping, which was absolutely horrible on my end. I was a low producer. And I was fine to give him formula because breastfeeding, pumping, it's terrible.
Very, very
It's so labor intensive.
time consuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you lose your ability to do anything.
Yep.
Because your whole life revolves around it. Like, your whole life's not revolving around a baby anyway, and you're having to pump and clean and sterilize and
label and yeah.
So we called the pediatrician because he was projectile vomiting, and they said go to the emergency room because it was a Saturday. And I was like, "What do you mean go to the emergency room? He's just throwing up." And they're like, "No, you need to go."
Not projectile vomiting. That
Yeah.
part right there is the key
Well,
to be
and the
like,
brown thing, that probably means
Yeah.
it was coming up through his intestinal tract or something.
Well, it was blood.
Oh.
And so we go. They do not have a pediatric radiologist on the weekend. Again, I don't know if that was a COVID thing or if that was normal in Huntsville Hospital. But I go back there with him when they're doing the ultrasound, and I can see what's happening. And they're telling me, well, because I don't work in peds, I can't make the determination. He had what's called pyloric stenosis. And it's where your pylorus muscle is what lets things out of your stomach into your intestines. And his was too big. It wasn't letting anything out, so he was projectile vomiting everything. And it was irritating his stomach and his throat. And every time he threw up, there was blood that was coming out. So they didn't have a pediatric radiologist until Monday morning. But the surgeon came in on Sunday and said, we're pretty sure this is what it is. We're going to wait till we have the definitive. But he's going to have surgery Monday morning after we get the results. And showed us a video of the surgery and all these things. But for me, I was so pissed off because I'm pumping and feeding him a bottle just for him to throw up.
Oh, that poor baby.
You know, and they're like, you need to keep doing it. And what's the hole on their head where their skull hasn't?
Their soft spot.
Yeah, their soft spot. You could see it pulsating, and it was sunken in.
Aww.
And they had like students in there, and they were having them touch it. And the one guy was like, "No, I see it beating. I'm not touching it." You know, like because he lost an entire pound in 2 days
Oh, that poor baby.
because he threw up everything.
I'm surprised they didn't send you to Birmingham or
Nashville.
somewhere else.
No.
Vanderbilt or something.
Dr. Morelli, something like that. Great, incredible. Staff was great. But, it was also COVID. So things were just not... Like, I don't feel like what we went through was normal. I feel like it was delayed because of COVID.
Yeah.
He was on an IV. He was getting fluid. The little baby hospital beds look like little gels. We went through they didn't have a hospital gown small enough for him. We went through every hospital gown they had on that floor because he was throwing up so much. And by the end, it was like Hershey syrup and tar. It was so dark and thick. And
Poor baby.
so he went back for surgery, and they make a little cut so the muscle has somewhere to protrude out to let things through, and it was over. That was it.
And
We were done. We went home the next day.
He's okay now?
And he's perfectly fine. He was, at 4 months, he was the first time he got over the 20th percentile, and he's been in the 99th plus percentile ever since.
Good.
That's
good.
awesome.
And
He
now-
is 3, and he's 44 inches tall, and he's 52 pounds.
All right.
Precious baby.
There we go.
All that. And I say everything's fine now. He has a peanut allergy, so that's fun. And then in March, we found out he has scoliosis.
Oh, goodness.
So it's just, and like when they told us he had scoliosis, I mean, I just broke down because I was like, we just can't catch a break. He can't catch a break. Like, I feel like I lived a normal childhood. I never had any problems, no surgeries. And here we are. And I know there are kids with far worse things that are battling things every single day.
Right.
But, you know, I had to have my little pity party about it because I was like, why can't my child just have a normal life? Like, why? He's going to have a normal life. You know, his scoliosis is not bad. We've done the MRI. Since March, his curve is actually corrected on its own. So it's just, you know, you feel these things for your kids that are just, everything's just terrible. Like, why can't things just be normal? Why can't everything just be great? And it's good. It's going to be fine.
And that is why our podcast is called A Guide to Poor Parenting, because nothing ever goes the way that you want it to do.
And you always feel like you're fucking everything up.
Yeah.
Oh, every day.
At least we do.
Yeah.
Like, we always feel, it's like, God, I should have done that differently.
Yeah. I have learned to apologize, though. That's been, I scream and yell. Learning to apologize to my kid is very humbling, but I think in the long run, I hope that's going to go a long way, because I'm like, you don't know how to kid. I don't know how to parent. Yeah. And I'm just going to say I'm sorry, and we're going to try better.
Right.
I remember the hardest thing Kalia ever told me one time was, I was like, you know, I wasn't looking for anything deep. I was just like, hey, if you ever need to talk or tell me anything, feel free. And she's like, well, sometimes I feel like you don't pay attention to me, like if you're on your phone. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I asked for that, and I'm glad you told me, but that hurt. And then,
when your 3-year-old says, Mom, put your phone down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The dopamine from TikTok is hard, but yes, I will play with you.
Yes.
But I'm glad that, you know, they feel comfortable enough.
Yeah, it's a huge trust thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to stop us here because we're already at almost an hour and a half. So we'll
sorry.
Look at us go.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. And if you hear anything in the background, it's Mr. Elijah having a fit, apparently.
He is just having
He's having fun. Miss Jennifer, what are we snacking on?
We are snacking on Trader Joe's dark chocolate covered honey grahams with sea salt.
They are quite yummy. They are crunchy as shit, though. Oh, Jennifer has already finished her little ramekin out of them.
Yeah, my ramekin is empty, and I've been trying. I put my hand over my phone, turn my head. Hopefully, y'all didn't hear me crunching. I'm sorry. I didn't realize they were going to be so crunchy.
I've been talking so much. I just ate my first one. They're delicious.
Aren't they good?
They're really good. Yeah.
All right, so we've had our snack time. Now it's story time, Miss Beth. So do you have any funny stories about your kids? Jennifer loves to say you have a poop story because there's always a poop story. Yeah.
I have a naked story.
Whatever story you got, we want to hear it.
Yeah. Dad's naked. Mom,
I know.
You're naked. Okay.
We're we are a naked house at our home. Like, because I want everybody to feel comfortable, understand that bodies are natural, whatever they look like. You know, we shower together, we get dressed with open doors, like, and it doesn't have to be sexual to me, you know, but I also, like, for me, it's a hard thing because I was raised extremely conservative to find boundaries and things are natural and okay, but, like, I also want you to be safe. You know, like, I want you to understand who is okay around you to be naked and things. But at our house, we're a naked house. So my son potty trained the end of last summer into the fall. It was the worst thing we've ever been through. But
yeah, so far.
Yes, so far.
So far.
It's early, I know.
Sorry.
So he was taking class at Fantasy Playhouse, and one of the things at Fantasy Playhouse for the 3-year-olds, you had to be potty trained. So I'm like, well, he's basically there. You know, he's basically potty trained. So we started class at Fantasy Playhouse, and they have a break to go potty. And he goes potty, and he's in there for a while. And one of the teachers they're young girls. They're sweet, precious, great young girls. And she goes, oh, some kid's naked in here. And I walk in, and my kid walks out, no pants, no socks, no shoes, no underwear, in Fantasy Playhouse, just completely Donald ducking it. Totally naked. And I'm like, oh, but where's your clothes? Because the preschool kindergarten parents can stay in the lobby. And he's like, I had to pee. And I'm like, you don't take your clothes off at home. Like, so there's all these parents in here. My kid's naked. And I'm like, you can't be naked around other people. And he's like, but I can be naked at home. And I'm like, but you can't be naked around other people. Like, that's not safe. We don't know these people. They could be weird. He goes, are these weirdos? And I'm like, no, we don't know these people. You know, I don't know. Weirdos? They could be. I don't know. We don't get naked around other people. You can be naked at home. We don't get naked around other people. So we go in the bathroom and get them dressed. And So then the fear the whole rest of the semester is every time he goes to the bathroom, is he going to come out naked? And they're like, you don't have to stay. And I'm like, no, I do have to stay because my child's going to walk out naked. And we go do other activities.
And call everybody weirdos.
Right, and call everybody weirdos because I use poor word choices about talking about pervs. But how do you explain perverts to 3-year-olds?
It's
You
true.
know?
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorite. This is weird, but like it's you see it a lot especially for little boys when they're going to their dad takes them to the bath. I'm not saying now I get more with little boys, but like about like 7 or 8, they'll go to the bathroom and they'll go with their dad and they're at the urinal and instead of like just like unzipping, they drop trow and their bare ass is out.
Right.
And it's like when you said that, I was like, oh, that's what I was picturing. But I was like, no, he got full Donald Duck.
Fully shoes off, socks off, everything.
Got to get comfortable.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good story.
That was a good one, yeah. I like that one a lot.
All right. Well, Miss Beth, we're at the end of our podcast. We're definitely having you back on for another season, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have, I'm sure there's, we already know
I have
there's
so many stories.
Oh,
Clearly,
great.
I like to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we love it.
All right. For all of our listeners, if you have any funny stories about your kids,
Or if you need some bad parenting advice, or if you have any ideas for topics,
email us at guidetopoorparenting@gmail.com.
or call us at 256-274-1329 and leave us a message, please.
Thanks for listening to another episode of A Guide to Poor Parenting.
If you like our podcast, please give us a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening on.
And if you don't like our podcast, just like when our kids ask why we won't buy them a $200 purse charm,
And they're 3 years old. Tough shit.
get a job. Bye, y'all. Thanks,
Bye,
Beth.
guys. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Beth.